Minecraft. No, not that Minecraft. I mean this Minecraft. A game, in my opinion, is the first to take creative freedom in video games to another level. Other than the main gameplay loop, there's practically no limit to what you can do in this game. It is also a game that has played probably a prominent role in 2, if not about to be 3 generations of children's childhood. And for some reason, I think they make better update for their April Fool's event than the actual official updates. Now, for the reason why you actually clicked on this video. I wouldn't call myself a good builder, and especially I only ever started playing PC Minecraft around 1.16, and before that I played on an iPad, so I've still yet to experience the full Minecraft playthrough, such as things like exploring monuments, and most importantly, putting care into building a base. Okay, I guess you can argue 1.16 was released 5 years ago, therefore I won't be very justified to say I have never experienced the full Minecraft playthrough. But hear me out. The last time I played Minecraft on my iPad was 2015. 1.16 was released here in 2020, so I technically went away for 5 years and came back to basically a different game. And during 2020, I was still in high school worrying about getting good grades. So when I played Minecraft, I played like when I was still in 2015. Spawn, speedrun to the highest gear possible in the game, and just stop playing. I didn't even bother beating the game properly, hence the Ender Dragon. Well, at least now I'm trying to make a difference as I've officially beaten an Ender Dragon about 7 months ago. But it's not exactly going anywhere building wise. It was only until recently that I started putting more effort into creating better looking houses. But before that, I always just built a villager's house and call it a day. This makes me feel just a tiny bit ashamed. I am an art student. I go to one of the best art university there is in the world, and now you're telling me I'm getting stumped by having to build a decent looking house in a video game? So in this video, I'm going to try and apply what I learned so far at my art university into Minecraft. Oh, I guess you can technically count it as putting my art skills to the test for the first time outside of the education. And it can't be that hard, surely. It's just like drawing, but 3D. Okay, you know what, that does sound pretty hard. Now, we can't just dive headfirst into this without a plan. Therefore, just like my any other projects, I'm going to start with a research. First, I'm going to have a look online on what is a standard of a so-called good build. And from there, I'm going to have a look at the older blocks are in Minecraft and see what works with what. Whenever I need references or inspirations, Pinterest is always a good place to start. So that's exactly where I went. While I was looking for the searches, I was also actively saving ones that I liked to keep as references. And in fact, on Pinterest, there were even just straight up tutorials on how to build different style of basic foundation structures, which was really handy. After a little bit of browsing, I even tried to sketch out some concepts on my iPad, and it almost made me feel like an architect doing concept arts, in which I'm definitely not an architect, but like what my tutor always taught me, the best way to flesh out an idea is to sketch them out no matter what they are. Initially, I tried approaching the design from a very traditional point of view, but as I slowly got into it, I realized I shouldn't be, playing it safe, or else what's the point of concepting something in the first place if I'm restricting myself? And after that, I started actively trying to go with the wildest shape I can come up on the point. And, since physics doesn't really exist in this game, and I'm not designing a house in real life anyway. Okay, now that we finished looking up the references and understanding the standard, let's actually, launch the game and have a look. You know what, I'm gonna be completely honest, this is the first time doing anything like this. I don't know why I'm nervous, but here I am. Alright, I don't know about this form of content because for some reason I just find myself getting nervous doing, live recording. And then normally I'll just read out a script because when I talk in real life, I actually stutter a lot. But yeah, I mean, honestly, if you guys like to see more stuff that's more gameplay oriented videos in the future, well, do let me know in the comments. Maybe not, completely on Minecraft, but we can try, I don't know, even do requests, I guess. If you can show me a few games that you want me to review and have a playthrough at, and I can try to do that. All right, anyway, let's actually get started looking at the... Okay, I was not expecting this much. Okay, also we need to think realistically here, because if we're gonna, build something, we can't just randomly have the most random textures. Like the blocks are basically impossible to obtain For example, let's say, what the fuck, we can't use bedrock, that's for sure. That's gonna be absolutely impossible. These will be really hard to attain, I have a feeling. I actually don't even know how you attain them. What else we got? Functioning blocks, okay. Wait, these are functioning? The frog lights? I don't even know how to make them. Can you even make these? How do you even make these? Okay, that would be cool. We can use scissors if it's real life. Well, not real life, survival. And honestly, I know, you know, playing creative may seem a bit lazy of me, but it is important because I don't have that much time. I would love to do this in survival. It'd be really cool, but I mean, the effort I don't really mind really because, you know, enjoy the process, they said. But other than that, I don't really have a choice this time. Okay, anyway. I remember seeing online people, they put gradients of blocks. Okay, you know what? Let's just get started. Let's stop talking and actually try and make something. They get gradients and blocks and create like a gradient map. I mean, I guess this goes like that. I mean, it kind of works, right? Oh, it might work actually. These have really nice textures. What are these anyway? Block of raw gold. Maybe not. That's a cool gradient. Yeah. No. Yeah? If you're wondering why I decided to, you know, first try to understand the structure and then look at the references and the standard, it's because it's a very basic form of art taught by my tutors, being called to build your visual library. Basically, it's just a fancier way of saying, you know, go and look at other people's stuff, and then take what you like from them. Honestly, you know what? That sounds like straight up blatant copying. How can I say this? It's partly true, but also you need to understand the fact that there's nothing that's completely original in this world. You always find yourself to be inspired by something, and then or unintentionally or unconsciously inspired by something, and then based from that you create something that has element of that thing that you saw. So for example, when I was a kid, I saw this car that looked, you know, like a street racing car that looks really cool. For example, I think it's a Subaru, I think. And then ever since from then, when I drew on my, you know, just doodle books, I'll always draw cars like a Subaru. Like it has that little split stream wing on the back. Is that what you call it? Whatever. And then it's got that classic slightly tilted head. It looks like a street racing car. And then every single one of the car that I drew just looked like that. So I don't know what to tell you. In this world, there's nothing that's original. You're only called original when you steal enough from the others. You just stole everything that's nice from someone else, and you combine that together. You mix that up, and you create something brand new. Well, new with the, what's the punctuation called? The 2 dots. Well, 4 dots. On the 2 on the front, 2 on the back. My English teacher's gonna fucking kill me. I did not cook, in fact. I mean, there's no other options, right? There is. This one's more dirty in a way because this greenish yellow. There's a name, sap green. Yes, because of the sap green. It works well with that because it has these colors in it. You know what? I don't even know where this recording's going. I did not expect this to be this hard, honestly. So, I guess we just keep trying. It sounds wet. Oh. I mean, I guess the contrast here is interesting in its own way, but it's realistically that's way too quick, not way too drastic in terms of color change. So I need to try something else here. You know, I like that. Yeah, I like this one. Even though you can still tell the differences, but I really like this one. I think this is as close as I can get with this. All right, that's a keep. The frog lights. Oh my god, that scared the fuck out of me. Jesus. Oh, wow. There's a pink edge to it, but, well, barely visible from a distance. And the yellow one, in fact, way more visible for some reason. And also the green one. So the pink one is kind of a scam, whereas the yellow one and this green, verdant one are more interesting. The ochre. I give up. No, I don't even want to try. This is very vibey. You know what? I think we're done here. There's no point just keep on thinking on what I can create. I honestly think I just need to start from somewhere, start building, and then think on the point, on the spot where I want. Because if I keep planning like this, we're never gonna start. In which that was a fat fucking lie. As I stopped recording, I went back to try and do some more experimenting. And again, remembering the whole point is to experiment, I then slowly started to be more and more random, I guess is probably the best way to describe it. And combining different textures with colors, it in fact started to get a lot more interesting. Alright, so it has been close to an hour, and I have just been playing around with all these different color combination. It may look like gibberish, but I think this has been a very successful experiment so far. And you know what? I think it's time we go look for a place to build. I don't know. It feels like I'm just copying flow state at this point. I mean, recently I've been playing a lot of Minecraft, and his video kind of just inspired me to make me think, oh, I actually never really pay attention to how I build. And I kind of want to make a change because, you know, I'm an art student and I don't bother to make my stuff look nice. So yeah, that's kind of the motive here. Okay. This is a cave. Well, yeah, no shit. This is a cave. I mean, and also, oh, yeah, there's also water here. I have not considered that. You know what? This is an option. This is good, but honestly, I think I can find better places. So yeah, let's just remember this. Take a screenshot of the coordinates and we can come back to this later. Also, if my voice sounds a bit weird throughout the recording, it's because I have a sound cancelling, noise removal filter on, because I think my keyboard is way too loud when I'm, you know, trying to play the game, because this is definitely annoying. I don't want to hear that throughout an entire video myself personally. So yeah, I do apologize for that actually. That's what I was gonna say. Oh, hello. Oh my god. Hello. Hold on. Hold the phone. I got it from a distance. Okay. There is definitely potential to this. And we got fireflies there. So it's naturally spawning. I actually don't even know what the spawn condition for fireflies are. For these fireflies things. But this is actually amazing. There's definitely potential to this. But quite large scale actually. You know what? Can't be that bad. I mean, who will watch a video of me building a house that's just way too boring? Right, let's do this. How are we gonna start? Where do we start? I want to keep some of these trees actually because it adds some vibe to it. There's 2 pillars here, so technically we can use that as footholds. Maybe we build a house over this, so we can still see the view here, and we can do like a connection thing here going on here, a little 3-way bridge maybe. Like a little dock here. I can do fishing in the middle. That'd be pretty cool. You know what? Let's stop thinking and actually start building. This is looking great so far. This is looking great so far, he says. Yeah. About that. Okay, so I went away for an hour because it was dinner. And now I came back to this and I'm really starting to hate it. And I don't know. I mean, I put an hour and a half into this, so I guess it's not that bad. But I'm really considering just giving this one out. This, in my opinion, is the most common thing that can happen to everyone within an art scene. And I'm going to say that with a backbone. You spend hours on a project, and when you have to leave to either take a break or eat some food, you come back to your work looking like complete ass. I mean, that is a good thing, since it can help give you a refreshed point of view on the work, but the downside is there's more fucking work. For fuck's sake, I give up. Nope, this one's bad. Let's call it. I'm calling it. I'm seriously not fond of how this is going right now, and because I've been planning to, you know, push out more videos recently, since I kind of did set myself a goal to reach 1k subs by the end of the year. Well, at this point it looks like it won't be even doable because I'm not able to push out a video bi-weekly. I have to do it by like 3 weeks, so basically a month, which I very much dislike doing that. Okay, but here we are. Restarting on another build, and honestly I'm going back to the first one that we saw together, the one jungle, so I have to fly all the way back. Am I flying the wrong way? Oh, nice, figured it out. I'm such a noob at this game, I still don't even know how to TP. Alright, back to where we started. So maybe like that across. Shit. I don't really like that idea actually. Honestly, I want to include this. Oh, you know what? We can just build out from here. Maybe. Okay, there was this concept that I did before. It was like a mountainside house. Maybe we can try doing that, but here. With the build now finished, I just want to share some of my thoughts before the video ends. I'm having mixed emotion about this video so far. It felt like I've lied to you guys saying, oh, I used what I learned from art school, but the reality is, I simply didn't put much effort into researching the architectural aspect of Minecraft as a whole, and let alone looking at enough real life examples, which are both something you'd expect an aspiring artist would do before creating work. But I also feel like I didn't lie, because I implemented something very important I learned at my art school. Well, at least I tried to implement it, but old habits die hard, I guess, since I still try to plan everything, for example, at the start of the video. And that is a mindset. To instead of planning everything, just start and see where that leads you. You know, I used to hate the idea, but now I'm learning to see the beauty of it. People may disagree with me on this, but I think sometimes it's not so important to find your actual purpose or meaning to create art. If anything, the purpose behind you making art is your subconsciousness. Something corny like the idea of, oh, follow your heart. And you don't have to define it, as in what your heart desires. So throughout the second build, that's exactly what I did. I didn't try to look at references online too much, and you can actively see me pausing from time to time in the time lapse to think what I want to do next. Like, what should go here and there, which will make things look good for me and not for anyone else. And the what little research I did gave me more options on what looks nice and what doesn't. It's just like that concept again, like taking what you like from the others and make it yours. Well, I guess you can argue then my build is just one of another 2000 cave base with lush cave decorations and having a green color scheme, but that's something I like, so I don't really think I'm going to think about it too much. And overall, I really enjoy the process. And I think what made this build works is because this is something that's achievable in a short amount of time, unlike some other big mega structure castle build or those fully automated YouTuber build. I think what I did here is something that works on a personal level. So you know what? I think I now know how to build now. And funny enough, I've probably known how to build for a really long time, but I just never really let go like this with zero restrictions and give it a go. Thank you though for staying on to now. I doubt it's exactly entertaining watching someone learning how to build in Minecraft in a big 25, but hey, if you enjoyed this video, do let me know by leaving a like and a sub, and I'll see you guys later.